Provisions governing the central government in India established by the company framed by the Pitt's India Act of 1784. The India Act of 1784 laid out provisions that worked in India. The British Parliament legislated to exercise its power on the company administration on the territory of India. 1. The number of members of the Governor-General in Council was reduced from 4 to 3. One of the members was to be the Commander-in-Chief of the company army in India. The Governor-General was given the right of casting vote. By this arrangement, the Governor-General's authority over his council was established. It removed the shortcomings of the Regulating Act. 2. Only the covenanted servants were made eligible for the appointment to the council of the Governor-General. No public man from England could be appointed to the council. It was the provision that corrected another shortcoming of the Regulating Act. 3. The territorial possessions of the company were designated as the British possessions in India. It changed the nature of those possessions by provision of the British Parliament. 4. The provisions of the India Act 1784 defined the control of the Governor-General in Council over the presidencies of Madras and Bombay. The provisions stated that Governor-General in the Council was to have full power and authority to superintend, direct and control the presidencies in the matters of war, peace and revenue and any other point as might be specially referred to their superintendence and control by the Court of Directors. The Board of Control was empowered to direct the secret committee of the Court of Directors. 5. A provision laid the rule that in case of a vacancy in the office of the Governor-General, the senior councillor was to act in his place till the fresh appointment. Provisions governing the role of presidencies. 1. The India Act appointed 3 members each to the Council of the Governors of the Presidencies of Bombay and Madras. Earlier, their councils consisted of 4 members each. The Commander-in-Chief of the forces of each presidencies was one of the members out of the 3 stipulated. 2. Only the covenanted servants were made eligible for the appointment to the Council of the Presidencies. 3. The India Act laid down the rule that the presidencies of Bombay and Madras were subordinate to the control of the Calcutta Presidency. The Calcutta Presidency was empowered to direct the presidencies on all questions of the war, revenue and diplomacy. The Governor-General in Council was authorized to suspend the governors of the presidency if they failed to follow the rule of their subordination. 4. The Court of Directors appointed the governors and the councillors but could be recalled and removed by the king. The provision corrected the shortcoming in the Regulating Act because of which the Parliament suffered embarrassment when, in 1781, it had directed the directors to remove such officers, and the latter refused to comply with the parliamentary direction. The provisions to deal with major issues of the Indian government. 1. The company was directed to reduce its expenditure on civil and military administration through retrenchment and reduction. It also advised the company to put its house in order in London and India. 2. The India Act of 1784 directed the company to stop all the schemes of conquest and extension of dominion. The Act clearly stipulated that to pursue schemes of conquest and extension of dominion in India were measured repugnant to the wish, the honour and policy of this, Britain, nation. 3. The India Act specifically directed the company to disallow the servants of the company to deal in money matters with the native princes.